Hello, my name is Danielle Arnold, and today we are going to look at the application of Popplet. Now, the question is, what is Popplet? On this page, you can see a screenshot of the home page of Popplet. And really, Popplet is just a great application. It's fun, it's simple, it's easy to use for teachers and students. And pretty much Popplet is just a graphic organizer. Students and teachers are able to take information and arrange it in a way that is visually appealing to people who are looking at it. In a Popplet, the user is able to add text, personal drawings, any image that can be uploaded from your computer or Flickr or Vimeo. And finally, in a Popplet, the user is able to add a video from YouTube, which is kind of neat and exciting. Popplet in the classroom. So many uses for Popplet. Any type of classroom project that has been assigned used could be done using Popplet. Biographies. You always hear teachers assigning biographies on important people in their subjects. So science, math, social studies, Spanish, art, all of those biographies could be done in Popplet. On the first day of school, we have introductions with the teacher and student. Popplet would be a great way to show students who you are and visually kind of represent what you're interested in. Many classrooms have a student chore chart. Popplet could also be used in that. Any type of unit outline in science, math, social studies could be used with Popplet. Concept mapping in your writing or reading, note taking, planning out experiments in science, any type of vocabulary lesson, whether it's in English or French or science, math, could all be used with Popplet. Here is an example of a teacher introduction with Popplet. This teacher's name is Mrs. Fawcett, and you can see there's a great representation of what she likes to do, who she is. In the center, you see a picture of the teacher and a little bit of background information, and then you see all these kind of branches to her tree. That is giving the student information about her family, her background, what she likes to do, things she's interested in. Instead of just giving a long list, it gives a picture to go with any information she is presenting. Here's another Popplet on a unit introduction in 11th grade social studies. Again, shows those connections between the information, shows students what is important, what they need to know, puts those pictures with the information so they can connect pictures with the words. It's just a great application for most students to use. Now, Popplet is definitely applicable to all types of learners, especially those visual learners. Gives them the ability to access the data. You are able to represent new information in a new way. You can show relationships and how those connections between the information are formed. You can show galleries to students, all types of pictures, how they connect to whatever subject you're teaching. Popplet is also very easy for students to use themselves. It is not a difficult application. I'll show you in just a second how to use it. Students, by the end of the first time they have used this application, they will be pretty much masters and they will be able to do this very easily. Popplet also gives students the ability to collaborate with their peers. So not only can one person work on the Popplet, if they share the Popplet with another student, they can add to that Popplet, which is kind of cool. Adaptions. Pretty much the adaptions with Popplet are limitless. I guess your imagination is the only limit on what you could do with this. poster projects, written biographies, spelling tests even, quizzes, vocabulary words. They could all be integrated into this application of Popplet. Just a wonderful new way of presenting information. On this page, I've given you some links to a little bit more help. So we have Popplet's homepage, a blog about Popplet, a video, YouTube video on how to use Popplet, and finally some more tech ideas on how to use Popplet in your classroom. All right, we're going to actually look at Popplet. So here is the homepage, popplet.com, and you can see you have the ability to either log in or sign up. So I had to already sign up. So I'm going to click log in and type in my email. And very quickly you can see here is your kind of home screen for your Popplet. I've already made one Popplet, which I'll show you in just a second on the periodic table. You've got two tabs here, your Popplets and then public Popplets. You have 5 free Popplets before you'd have to pay any money. They have a monthly option or a yearly option that you could upgrade to. If I click on this public Popplet, it gives me 2 options, most recent Popplets that people have made or the most popular. So you can kind of scan through those, see what works. They've also given you some example Popplets to look at. So I'm going to go back to my Popplets and I want to create a new Popplet. So I'm going to click on that pink button and you can see that I have 4 Popplets left to make, so you get those 5 free ones. And I'm going to give it a name. So I'm just going to name it Mrs. Arnold. Okay, and you can pick whatever color that you would like it to make. So I'm going to pick pink, and then you're going to click make it so. So you can see my background is pink. I see my title here. So before I get started, I can see there's this little question mark. So I can click on this question mark and it's going to show me what I can do with Popplet or how to make a Popplet. So step number 1, I'm going to double click to make that Popplet. And you can see the little bubble pop up. You can type in the Popplet. You can change its color. You can change the text size. You can draw in the Popplet. Add any type of image, which we'll show you here in just a second. You can drag to resize the Popplet, make it big or small. You can arrange the Popplets in any way that you want. And then finally, you have the option of moving the entire board around. All right, so there's kind of the steps that we're going to go through. So I have this blank canvas, so maybe I want to add a Popplet right here. So I double click and you can see this blank Popplet comes up. So I don't want the black and white, so I'm going to change my color and I'm going to make it this green color. Okay, so see the whole bubble kind of changes the outline. Now I can add any text that I want. Maybe I wanted this Popplet to be on chemistry. Okay, so I type chemistry in there and I have the option of making it bigger. You can see when I made it bigger, it kind of adjusted my size, so I can adjust the Popplet. Okay, the size, make it big, small, narrow, however I want it. Okay, can adjust where I want it to be on the side, in the middle, to the left. Okay, then I could add a some type of drawing that I want to add to my Popplet. And you also have the option of adding a picture from your computer, something from YouTube, from Vimeo, or from Flickr. Okay, so say I wanted to add something from Flickr, but I didn't want it to be in this bubble. I want to add another one over here. So I'm going to double click. Okay, here comes my new bubble. I'm going to click on that picture icon and I'm going to upload one from Flickr. So here comes my options. You can search the images in Flickr. So I'm going to type in chemistry, press enter, and it's going to give me any pictures that Flickr has on chemistry. All right, so let's look for any good ones that I want. And oh, fun with chemistry, I want that. So I highlight that one and I add the popple. So there's my picture. Very easily, wasn't hard to add. Now I want to show a connection. There's a connection between chemistry and fun with chemistry. So I have this little gray button here. So I can drag this button and connect it to my first Popplet, okay, very easily. If I wanted to take the connection away, I click the X. But no, I want that connection to come back, so I'm going to put it back, okay? So very easily could you add any type of Popplet, maybe over here, add another Popplet, want to change the color, make this one blue, and I want to say the periodic table is fun. Okay, I want to add that information and I want to connect that one again to chemistry. So very easy, I can make any type of branches on my Popplet. So this is just kind of my example. You can see I can move the Popplet wherever I want. I can move this one anywhere I want it to go. Very, very simple for you to use for teachers and students. So I'm going to go back to home and show you the one I've already completed. So this is my one on the periodic table. You can see I've got quite a bit of information here on the periodic table. So the person who's viewing the Popplet, they can zoom in or zoom out. Okay, you can kind of see I've color coded my Popplet, so information that I think connects, I put them all in the same color. When you zoom in, you can see there is my main point. It's on the periodic table of the elements, and students can go through each of the Popplets, read the information. This one I have a video on, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and show you just a little how easy it is to play a video. So you can see very easily it starts popping up and playing. So any video that you wanted to add can be added to that Popplet, which is kind of cool. You don't see that a lot in graphic organizers. You can move them. If I wanted to move this one, make it longer, shorter, move it into a different direction. Popplet is just a wonderful application that students and teachers can use for almost any type of project that would be done on pencil and paper before. Using that technology in the classroom is a great way for students to push their education and push their learning. Like I said, I had those links on my help page for Popplet, so please use those if you need more information on how to use Popplet. But enjoy Popplet in your classroom, and hopefully you will see the advantages soon with your students.